out with Team Germany, which of course they won 3-2, but they were given a run for their money over German side. I'll have to see, though, if United Kingdom will be able to make it there, or if the Netherlands will be trying to claim that second seed. Obviously, they probably can't outdo France now, as they did lose 4-0 to France in their first match of the stage. But of course, to move in onto City Centre, let's have a quick look at these competitions. We are seeing dive tanks coming out from both of these teams. They want to control the verticality, and we see Mikey moving straight towards the elevator at the moment.
Mikey on the hit scan on the McCree. You've got visibility on Soldier as well. 2 rival hit scans. Mikey is going to take high ground there with the cheeky lad Christopher up there on the little pavilion just above everybody else. He's trying to punch the glass house, so he doesn't have to shoot with it and gets a little bit more of a clearer view. He's going to jump down, use the roll rather defensively there, trying to get back a bit of distance. A couple of headshots onto Korn, and falls extremely low, has to fall back towards his supports. Mike Gay putting in so much damage. Already has 80% on that Deadeye, and Crew's actually going to eliminate Korn. Didn't receive the support he required, and Yona now forced to back off near Bruce, and a good flashbang to stop the Lucio movement for the UK, firmly in control at this point so far.
What we saw there was taking advantage of long-distance poke from McCree to try and bring Korn low, because they knew that a large amount of the Netherlands healing relied on them getting close, so that Yona could proc those rally and inspire cooldowns by hitting people with the flail and give everyone the healing on the side of the Netherlands that they needed to survive. Without that, it was just Crusade and Sub with their basic abilities trying to heal up Korn. You only get 30 HPS from the Harmony Orb, you get about 18 from the healing aura of Lucio, but of course they did manage to do that rather well. You can see Crusade is well ahead when it comes to charging up that sound barrier. He's already got it ready to go, and he can force an engagement here. That's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, he did a fair bit of damage. Boombox has his ready to go as well with that Transcendent. Receives a bit of armor too. There's the Tactical Visor mixed in with the Deadeye. No one's dead just yet. Remember, both defensive ultimates were used. Will be rally also for the Netherlands. Oh, sorry, for the United Kingdom. So they're going to fall back to point, play a little bit more defensively, but with their stacking armor, Zen's going to be basically invincible. And Sound Barrier as well, as Christopher dives forward with the Primal Rage. He's going to get stunned up, has to get out of the way, though, only narrowly avoids, escapes with his life. Cruz wasn't so lucky as he goes down to the self-destruct, and Christopher extremely low now, has to protect that front line. Like, yeah, is so vulnerable at getting dove on. That's going to be the main weakness of the United Kingdom's roster here, but as soon as he is protected, he could just dink heads left, right, and center.
Korn went in, he was hungry for it, but he was fed himself into the waiting more of United Kingdom, and now Vasili's trying to play his way around with Pavilion here.
Wow, Cruz taking another life. This guy's been, I think, top fragger right now on the side of the United Kingdom. Finds his third one in Bruceson. That will be actually United Kingdom winning that fight, even though they lost a member fairly early on. Smex ends up killing off Facility, and that will be continual hold here from the United Kingdom. 70% almost on the board.
May not have been a kill feed too much, but look at Boombox. He's got yet another Transcendence. He opened that fight up with a Transcendence as well. He's chunking through these large targets like Korn, like Bruceson, like Yona, and quickly building up towards his ultimates. He's not appearing in the kill feed. He's not going in to secure the kills. He doesn't have the ability to do so. That's where Cruz and Christopher come in.
Zen with space is a lot of trouble. Another Transcendence pushing forward. Facility is already going to go down extremely early. Use of the rally there, but that stacking armor does stack over 100. It does actually cap out at. So if you use it in the fight, you are gaining a lot of resources there. 95% now on the board. There's a high noon coming out from Mike A. They're all trapped in the spawn. No way Korn was going to make it to the point, and the UK will secure City Centre.
Rally giving everyone armor, but in that case we did see that Mikey wasn't the recipient of any, because everyone moved forward with the speed boost from Cruz on the Lucio, and Mikey was in the back as he should be with McCree just plinking away with a Peacekeeper. That didn't mean he didn't have any armor, so should that round have gone a little bit longer, he could have been a bit more vulnerable to the dive machinations of Team Netherlands. But unfortunately, Team Netherlands looking rather thoroughly defeated on that particular point, Jaws, in the dive versus dive. But on University, this is a bit more tank focused. We can see a Reinhardt come out, we can see a Farah come out maybe. Depends on what you want to play. We've seen all manner of play on University over the course of the Overwatch World Cup, including McCree coming out from Shax on Team Denmark, and Mikey may decide to stick with Alex. That may be exactly what happens along with Kib on the Farah.
Okay, they're actually running around the different tank setup we usually see also. We're seeing the Orisa with the Roadhog, just plant yourself on the point, fish for those hooks. However, with no Lucio, that will mean Netherlands will get to the point first, so they get advantage in that sense. But Kib with the eyes up in the sky, the only person who's going to have to fear on here is Yona, but you can just escort yourself around with the Mercy around these very tight structures in University to stay safe.
There's a lot of potential here to use the Holt on the side of Christopher, or the boot that Kib has in his concussive missile to try and put Korn in the hole in the center. It's basically an effective kill because Reinhardt is missing from the fray for so long. Christopher's going to make the rotation here, start giving pressure on the point, and force Netherlands to come into the waiting claw or hook.
Wow, that was extremely close. Nice hook onto Yon. He's actually going to fall down the hole, so he's not going to be available for a little while here. Kib's unleashing that barrage, knowing he's more than safe against that McCree that was nowhere near in the fight, although Sab does take him out. Still man advantage for the UK. Mikey A doesn't need a pocket. He's already got 2 names and numbers. He's going to take the Netherlands by storm. United Kingdom end up securing the point. Unlucky hook onto Bruceson there. It's going extremely low. Tried to jump off the edge, but Mikey A just sends a bullet to the back of the brain.
And I talked about how that hole can basically act as a kill for a short amount of time because of how long people can be out of a fight, especially if you're a McCree with very few options when it comes to movement abilities. You basically just got that combat roll to try and make yourself move faster towards the area you want to be. That's exactly why Smex decided to hook in there. So even if he couldn't secure the kill, which he tried to, but Bruce's defense matrix saved Yona, he was still out of a fight.
Ooh, he's going to be out of the fight again as well. Kib does find the boop off.
Yona's not been able to play Overwatch today.
Oh, man. Okay, apparently no one is. 2 hit scans now down for the side of Netherlands. In Sab also on the Ana. Another threat to Kib in the skies, but as soon as he gets popped off, there's really nothing from saving it. No mercy res, no nothing on the side of Netherlands can save you from that one. We do have a nano boost though, so that could be used for this engagement. Visibility only 53% towards that grab though.
Generally, Team UK looking a little bit infallible. They yet to suffer many deaths at all, but of course, Xav does have that nano boost ready to go. Visibility slowly building up towards a Graviton Surge, but he's going to have to contend with 2 support elements on the side of United Kingdom. Okay, take it back, just 1. Cruz pops a Valkyrie, waiting for that incoming push.
Nice concussive blast there by Kib to reposition himself to get away from Yona. Does have Rocket Barrage now, pummeling the front line all too often. Very squishy. However, Yona's just not looking up at the skies, looking at the ground, killing off Smex and Christopher rather readily. Boombox is going to take one in Sab, but Netherlands are going to find the flip here.
Mortality of United Kingdom very thoroughly established there by Yona, who has brought himself up towards that Deadeye. Bruce is going to be incredibly low here, but look, he's going to be able to feed a huge amount of ultimate charge to Saab as he comes through to try and heal that up. Bruce's actually going to amp it up there to get a little bit of extra healing.
What a hook.
Nasty.
Smex just
Kib's
peeks
so
around
safe.
the corner. There you go. Cowboy hat left on the ground. That's one less target again for Kib to narrowly avoid. Now he's only got the rocket barrage. Doesn't really have to clear anything. Beautiful hook once again on Facility. Shield was almost broken regardless. There's the whole hog as well, pushing everybody back. Mostly eaten by the Matrix, but Facility, unfortunately, it turned into mincemeat. That'll be Smex taking 2 lives, and that'll be Kib as well, using an ultimate there. However, we are looking at Christopher using that bongo. Maybe a little bit too trepidatious there using that one. Problem is now they've only got 1 to rely on. That's going to be Mikey A.
Oh no, Corn, why? That's a fat finger if I ever saw it. Rest in peace, the Earth Shadow. Smex is already happy with his whole hog though. He gave us a bit of a piggle wiggle with his cursor afterwards. And Netherlands, they're down on opportunities now. It's got to be Facility with this Graviton.
It's high noon. Mikey A finds 1. Crusader's going to fall. Kib has found Yona. Is this a disaster for Netherlands? Using that Earth Shatter, one of the only things they had in their arsenal to win this fight, although Bruceson says not today as he finds a self-destruct kill onto Kib and actually kills Cruz. Double kill for him, meaning they can actually reclaim this point potentially. That's a big boop around on Smex, although getting healed up by Boombox, they're still delaying here. Refusing to let this point go easily is going to jump down into the well and finally give it over.
Yeah, he's going to have to move back towards his team. Netherlands somehow managed to bring that one out with the help of Facility, who's almost got himself yet another Graviton Surge. Yona's going to put Smex to bed. Now United Kingdom, not quite as secure as they thought they'd be in a victory on Oasis. Netherlands putting up a challenge in their way. It's going to be Korn straight up in the front, building up towards yet another Earth Shadow. Hopefully this one's going to be aimed towards the right team rather than the scenery.
Christopher has got something to say about that, though. So it's on to the Reinhardt for their final push, going on that 3-3. Mikey A now on the Brigitte. Now going to move forward. Yona's going to be more than safe in this back line as long as no speed boost is coming towards it. Definitely won't anymore as he just dinks Cruz right in the head. All right, childhood dreams on the back of the board there. Bruceson is going to take out Christopher. Rather slow fight from now. Shouldn't be too easy for UK to escape against speed boost from Cruz, just leading them to victory right now. Kib going down, meaning they have to go for a full reset. Facility with a lot of charge too, and a Graviton to boot.
See, I'm watching Yona here. I don't want him to get caught out again by someone. It was Smex with a hook last time, but if he continues to peek these sort of angles, he can very much be a victim of Boombox with those right clicks. We know exactly how deadly they can be. But now United Kingdom are on the clock. Netherlands are 1 fight away from winning this, and they've got 5 ultimates ready to go, 6 even.
Coalescence first up. There's the Deadeye as well. Christopher's not going to turn his shield, but his shield gets destroyed by it regardless. Jonas is going to be able to find the kill. The Graviton Surge comes out, locks everybody in place just before the point. And Netherlands whipping the shatter didn't matter. We don't need it. Maybe it was for some style points. Take the university and lead this control 1-1.
Sometimes, Jaws, it's not about stunning people with your Earth Shadow, it's about sending a message. And Korn sent a message. He did not need that ultimate to move forward with Netherlands, secure the university, and secure the victory on that point. But now we come to our ultimate point. on Oasis will be our final and third for Gardens. And this is where you can very much take advantage of high ground as a Pharah maybe, or we could see double McCree come out again. We know that Mikey A can take big advantage of that, but he is going to be incredibly vulnerable towards a Netherlands 3-3 that could try and maybe run him down.
Surprised we're not running Pharah here. Pharah, incredibly frustrating, kind of annoying to actually attack when you do when you hold it as the Pharah player. This Gardens only has 2 entrances, really. I mean, you've got to run into the Pharah sooner or later.
Maybe Kip's going on the Pharah now.
Quite potentially. Christopher switching over. No, they're just going solid 3-3. So no McCree now. Mikey A on the Brigitte. We have Kip switching over to the Desire.
But now we do have a difference. The Netherlands will have Saab on this Moira, as Boombox has opted to go onto the Zenyatta. Going to have that Discord all onto Korn. It's been cleansed for now by a projected barrier, but can be reapplied.
Uh-oh, Korn in a lot of trouble. Just get booped up by Cruz. However, they are just backing off. They are slowly capturing this point. Christopher does get stunned, but an instant Zaya bubble to save his life at the time being. Bruce just farming away at these tanks in the front line, but Smex is farming his teammates. Jonah's going to go down. Korn's going to follow him. Smex just so aggressive in the front line as the D.Va doesn't really seem to care. The facility is just charging up off him. Kib only just switching over to the Zaya, who's already got the ultimate. You can just see the pressure that the UK were piling on. Facility is 74%, however, but the UK get the initial cap.
And they do have a huge amount of ultimate charge to go about. You talked about Mikey A and Kib, but look at Boombox and Cruz both moving in towards their own support ultimates. And we saw, Kingdom there being incredibly aggressive, George. That's what you need to do. Kib here, he's going to have a little bit of a hide, see if anyone can be caught. Everyone's going to be getting in that one.
Nice grab in the back now. Christopher can have a field day. Just runs through them. It's fairly easy for him and Mikey A. Just hold M1, charge ult, easy peasy. UK will secure the point still. 22%, not too bad, but Netherlands haven't used any ults there, so that's fairly important for them. They do have almost 6 online now.
So let's talk about the aggression of the United Kingdom here. That's something you need to do when you have the Zenyatta up against the composition with a Moira. The Moira gives you so much more sustain. The United Kingdom need to hit hard and fast. They need to remove someone, otherwise they're going to be out-sustained by the Moira and lose a fight.
Coalescence come out. Christopher lagging a little bit behind. Rally has been popped as well, so stacking armor now for the UK. Only one ult invested thus far, as the Netherlands do send that out. And Vitality just dinking over as well to that Graviton Surge. Christopher coming around from the side, but Korn did exactly the same thing. But beautiful shatter. Here's 4 men, but they're going to trap into that Graviton Surge, meaning they can't get the damage out. The self-destruct launched in mid-air. Christopher's going to be able to block most of it. Maybe Korn can't block that one. Oh, it went a little bit too far. Unfortunately, Korn was able to just soak that all. Christopher still has the shadow of his own. He's able to lay it down. A second shadow in the fight, and Crusade is going to fall eventually to Smex. And now Mikey A can have a field day, run forward, hold M1. Brewson's going to try and reset himself. They get a bit of extra ult charge for that one as well. Christopher, 2 shatters, 1 fight. Easy, baby.
Unfortunately, he only got 1 pin, and not the one that he wanted. He managed to pin Visility against full out of Graviton, which was laid down by Kip. But what he wanted was to take out Korn, because you talked about how Korn managed to block so much of that with his shield. He was the main target, and now we see United Kingdom going on a rotation. 92% Jaws,
trying to get the flank off. Let's go. Boombox got so much armor as well. Just doesn't really care about the damage at this point. Might just be able to build out to a Transcendence as well. Rally coming online for the United Kingdom too, as Mikey A pushes forwards. Kip just farming the front line. That's 92% of that grab. Look at Facilities as well. So close, but Korn comes in with a shatter. Beautiful Lantern War, but he's going to get pinned to the pole. They're trading Brigittes right now, and Korn is going to fall as well. Boombox managed to farm the Transcendence and is able to save the rest of his teammates. The UK are going to win the fight and capture the point. They're going to take this Oasis map, map number one, sorry, over to the UK.
Dominant performance on Gardens, but not so much on University. We saw a 3-3 come out and managed to roll over what the UK was bringing to bear. They only swapped over to a Reinhardt too late. They couldn't build up an ultimate advantage, and that meant that momentum was on the Netherlands side, and they really did show some cracks in the armor of the British side. But of course, now we will be going over to our hybrid map, and that will be the choice of the Netherlands. They can go to Team UK's homeland, potentially move over to that King's Row, which is well known for 3-3 compositions, but can also lend itself to a double sniper setup. I don't know if you want to go double sniper against Kib and Mikey A, who are proficient hit scan and projectile DPS in their own rights.
Well, we could also go to Blizzard World. Netherlands has said it's one of their preferred maps, and we can kind of see that. And when they do actually end up picking up the hybrid, Blizzard has just been an absolute monster, but this time he's just beaten to the punch by Kib. Kib was generating ult much quicker than he was. It's all about those Graviton surges, and we talk about how much and how important that Zarya is, winning out these bubble duels as well.
And Boombox just throwing orb after orb. You can see exactly why he is one of the star players of the team that plays second in the entirety of the Overwatch League, hitting orb after orb. A huge amount of DPS was available there. Even when they were running more tanks with no DPS characters, there was always the damage there coming from Cruz, who was extremely aggressive on that Lucio, and Boombox with a Zenyatta. And like you said, Jaws, it's a bit of a niche pick, and I think it's a pocket pick for the Netherlands. I imagine we will actually go to Blizzard World.
Would make a whole lot of sense. We'll have to wait and see. Now, Netherlands have been practicing a whole lot today. Obviously, they had a match earlier on. They're starting to get to grips with it. Maybe this is their time for resurgence on their map pick. We'll have to see what that is. Obviously, it's going to be hybrid next up. But the UK, this is their first match today. You can imagine they've been scrimming a whole bunch and getting warmed up and actually watching the Netherlands games earlier on. And that can be valuable information for you.
And when you're ready for the Netherlands, you've got to expect that they are going to go to Blizzard World. I mean, we certainly do, having watched various Netherlands games. So we got to see how well prepared the United Kingdom will be for this map pick. It's not one of the most common maps to see in competition. We're yet to have it in the European contenders map pool, so a lot of players won't have been on this. I know Boombox will have played it, of course, in the Overwatch League stages, which included it in their own hybrid map pool. But it's not something that you scrim a whole lot, so you've got to sort of make a dedicated option to practice it, and Netherlands seem to have done exactly that. That can give them a huge advantage over teams over whom they may consider themselves underdogs.
Sab's got a channel that inner headband, man. He's got to do it. He's keeping his hair up.
Looking like a warrior.
Too. He does, actually. You've got some face paint on him.
Yeah, man.
Rambo.
Have some Diva face paint.
Diva face paint, yeah, okay.
I don't know, like Zen face paint. You could have like those...
The little circles on his face.
No. For ones under the circles, like the small lines. Are those eyes, do you think, or of the dots eyes?
You know what? I don't know. I play a lot of Zen. I don't really look at him too much.
He doesn't have what I'd call a classical facial structure.
No, he's a robot.
Unless he has a lot of forehead tattoos.
He's a robot.
Okay, I don't think it matters. He's an Omnic, Jaws.
All right.
Be appropriate. But speaking of things that are appropriate, United Kingdom coming out with a dive composition here rather than the 3-3 if they want to be able to take advantage of the long sightlines which can be offered by Blizzard World. Kip's going to be picking up the Zarya.
Yeah, I was like, no, he's going back to spawn. That's exactly what he's doing.
There's 3-3. The think I called you boys appropriate. Velanimals going to be playing a little bit basic right now. Going back to the 3-3, and Netherlands going to be exactly that.
A little bit different on the side of the Netherlands, though. They do have the Roadhog instead. Playing a very forward position. A lot of health bars to go through. Yona has that take a breather too. That provides a lot of damage resistance. Quite a lot of HP. Get a bit of a slap on your tears a little bit. Sub on the Moira, of course. Still Boombox on the Zenyatta. I can't imagine we'll see a change from that.
And we talked about how risky this is before to go for these longer fights because you don't have as much sustain when you've only got the Zenyatta for healing. The United Kingdom are already scattered to the 4 wins. The old Range is going to move forward and run right over them. And they're running a quad tank here instead of 3-3, Jules.
Yeah, the Roadhog actually presents an additional threat as well because the Reinhardt, you normally see him run in and swing at people and you don't normally die that often because you're in 3-3, right? There's no real massive amount of burst damage. But you have to be careful because that Roadhog, if he does hook you in, all your abilities, all your mobility is completely gone, and the rest of the team can just pile on top of you.
Also, we've seen playing at different angles, so the Christopher can only shield one group and not shield the hook, which can come in from behind. That was eaten, though, by Smex.
Beautiful eat there, but Facility still finds one, and they're able to take out Smex's mech. A little bit of revenge in the Coalescence to finish it all off as well. 5-player kill streak for Facility. Nice eat by Smex, but still Netherlands with a team fight win. And here you go, 2 minutes and 30 seconds now, and they are refusing to move from this spot.
A 3 ultimate investment. UK have 3 ready to go as well. They're going to be contending with a Soundbarrier from Crusade and, of course, for self-destruct from Bruton, which have proven themselves deadly in our past series against Italy. 2 support ultimates, though. The Transcendence and the Soundbarrier, they can be very effective against minimal damage.
There's the Graviton, the self-destruct a little bit more defensively. Boombox is going to use that Transcendence too. Korn stuck in the middle between a Brig and a Reinhardt. Definitely not where you want to be. Kib's going to find Facility, and that's the UK finally cracking the defense of Netherlands. They're going to move on to the point.
Crusade, they're opting not to use the Sound Barrier. He's going to instead try and halt the momentum of the United Kingdom by putting a huge barrier of health between them and progress. Doesn't look like we're going to see any opportunity here to contest this first point once again by the Netherlands. United Kingdom taking that in one fight, as is the rigueur for assault points, Jaws, but now the payload will be in motion, and this requires consecutive victories for United Kingdom to move this through to the second point. And Christopher's going to get incredibly frisky, moving forward. He's going to be swinging away and has built himself up an Earth Shadow. He's got an advantage over Korn here, knows that he can be aggressive, and he's doing just that.
Smeg's going to throw the self-destruct in. Aliot gets two. Christopher's going to find one with the Shadow and having a little 1v1 with the Reinhardt, although I'm not entirely sure where he went. There he is. He got pooped somewhere. I don't know. Went off camera. That will be a team kill for the United Kingdom, though. They're still going to be able to move this payload. Facility has the grab, though, and they can combo that with the Earth Shatter or stagger them, as we more often than not see. And the United Kingdom have only got one defensive ultimate to use here, and it's the sound barrier. They cannot let Boombox charge up that Transcendence, otherwise it will just obliterate the offense here from the Netherlands.
I want to see Korn open this one up with an Earth Shadow, so like you said, he can swing into the Graviton and build up a second one like we saw Christopher do in that Oasis bout on Gardens. But now it's going to be a shield duel between the two. They're going to have to try and sacrifice shield health in return for time and safety. Korn's going in first, though.
Okay, Christopher got booted up in the air, was still managing to hold the shield firm, though didn't get shattered. There's the sound barrier usage on top of the Graviton Surge from the United Kingdom. Korn's going to go down. Facility will soon follow, and he still has the grab. Could not follow up on the Earth Shatter. Only hit Christopher, but Christopher, like I said, was there with a shield. Mikey A finds two, and still the United Kingdom roll on forward.
Netherlands made a gamble. They wanted to invest only the two ults, try and get a bargain, but it didn't pay off. Instead, they were routed. Korn and Crusade losing their ultimates. Now it's down to Bruce and Facility to try and make things work. They're just going to be retreating for now. They only managed to get one or two good fights out of that particular stage, Jaws. Now they're on third. United Kingdom, they still have basically all their time back. 4 minutes remaining.
I just can't believe it. Took a little while to take that first point.
Incredulous.
But right now, the UK still moving forward, still moving strong. However, Netherlands have definitely got something they could do here. Graviton Surge on top of somebody. There you go, they're in the corner. Bruceson got one kill. Facility finally turning it around, killing off Christopher with that Graviton Surge. He was trapped in no man's land. Corner still swinging away, has got another shatter as he was swinging into that Graviton Surge with Christopher lying inside it. And will be Facility winning this team fight and popping the rally too. So they got a lot of HP for this next fight.
An expensive fight for both teams, but Kib is going to have that premium when it comes to charging up the Graviton. Of course, he will not be able to sustain the energy that Facility was able to by staying alive for all this time. He is going to be resetting with 0, but he is going to gain something from Christopher's aggressive play.
Oh, nice shadow does land Christopher. Defense Matrix on top of him, though, to stop a lot of that damage coming through, and another Graviton Surge coming through for Kib. Mikey A swinging free. Facility, Crusade and Corner going to go down, and Kib just cleaning up the rest to try and generate another grab. Only had 50% energy, though, so not too much acquired. Only 20% from him, but they are still able to move the cart here. 2 minutes and 40 seconds remain.
So you should eat your greens, kids, and you should certainly eat your yellows as well. That's what the United Kingdom are doing. The second that Korn moved forward after having shattered Christopher, he got the Discord Orb, and so much fire went onto him. He was fed to the United Kingdom and given them a huge ultimate advantage here. They do have 2 support ultimates ready to go. Boombox can open up with this at any time.
Christopher went so low. Cruz has that sound barrier, though. The hammer hits the floor. There's 2 people, but into the sound barrier from Crusade. Perfect reactions. And Christopher, while he was swinging, was taking so much damage. Sab switching off the Moira, going onto the Zenyatta, lay down the Orbs of Discord, and just run at him, holding those right clicks and just dinging a couple of heads. Easily going to charge up to another Transcendence. That's what he's got. And Crusade even just popping a few heads, too. Smegs and Kib are going to go down to his hands. But the United Kingdom, they've got a wealth of ults as well.
And one of the things about the Netherlands is because they use so many ults at once, they have got all of those ults back up again in the rhythm. Korn's almost got himself an Earth Shadow as well. That would be a full house of ultimates apart from the Sound Barrier, which Crusade just used to heal those and protect those who were taken down by the Earth Shadow of Christopher.
Facility trying to be rather cheeky, hiding on the sidelines, but is found out rather quickly. No Sherlock Holmes on the side of the UK. Facility was just sticking his gun out. There's no Graviton Surge right on top of the cart, and another one as well. Transcendence coming through the Netherlands, keeping them alive in the grab. Boombox is going to unleash his own Trance. Mex dodging out of the way, and a sound barrier has been laid down as well. They are still moving forward, and Christopher finds the first kill of the fight in Yona. However, still, he's got to build up that another shadow. They've got at least one more fight in them. They've got a minute remaining. They're going to be able to clean up the Netherlands here, but Netherlands still have another fight in them.
Facility learned from his other altercations with Dragnetti. He waited until Smex used for self-destruct and sent that mech forward, so the defense version wasn't available to lay down his own Graviton Surge. United Kingdom managed to win that fight out, however, and now they're 1 fight away from claiming all of Blizzard World.
60 seconds remain and only 1 meter for the United Kingdom to claim the 3 points on the board. Christopher has another shadow. He's ready to use it at a moment's notice. Hits it down and manages to find 4. Smex dashing forward. Easy swings for Christopher. No shields, no problem. Another grab as well, right on top of the support's head. There's no running if you're Crusade at that point. Kib rubbing his hands together. He's ready. He's warmed up. He's ready to go. 3 points on the board for the UK. It's now Netherlands' turn to attack.
And crucially for the UK, even though they had less than a minute in their time bank, they do have more than 0. They did not complete in overtime, which means should there be a completion from the Netherlands, United Kingdom will get a courtesy minute so they can try and attack again. We'll have to see if that will be the case, though, because Thirst Jaws, that requires Netherlands to get a full completion. When we saw them do this against France, got about 3/4 of the way through the second area after they unlocked the payload, but then they were quickly thwarted by the French defense, and the French eventually caught up there. Have to see if they've studied their attack there, looked at their VODs, decided what they're going to do, what they're going to do better this time, and how they're going to iterate on their previous designs.
Second point is very hard to attack, though.
It is.
Defenders spawn extremely close to that point. It was changed not so recently, I think a couple of patches ago, to bring it a little bit further back, so attackers are a tiny bit more favored.
As well as making the payload tick over onto the third point a little bit more early in the map as well, rather than having to go all the way through the courtyard. So it's a little bit easier to cap, and that moves up the attacker's spawn as well. So it does mean that you do get that sort of attrition advantage when people try and contest you right at the payload after it's been capped. But for now, attrition advantage will stay with the attackers because the defense are going to spawn so far back. But one of the things about Blizzard World is that it's a much less prevalent attrition advantage for the attackers compared to the defenders, because look at that little hill that the attackers have to climb up to rejoin the point. That's about the same as the defenders need to get back to their own defensive point. This is very similar to Numbani and how that point A works, and why that's so defensible, because of those sort of equidistant runbacks for both the attack and the defense.
UK trying a little something different on their defense. They've actually got Kib on the Genji, another one of his heroes in his repertoire. And Mikey 8 on the Sombra, no fussing around with him, and even Boombox on the Arna, so no Zenyatta for him either. Very, very aggressive this composition is. They want to just get in your backline, get in your face, eliminate the supports. Rather easy clap. Yona's actually going to jump straight back to spawn, doing a little bit of scouting. You can see the rest of the Netherlands. There you go, changing up. So Facility jumping on the Soldier here. Double dive tanks with the Brigitte and a couple of supports to round it out.
Don't want to go for the dive versus dive. It doesn't work out so well on City, center of Oasis, but potentially the Netherlands have a different idea here. Facility, like you said, on the Soldier 76 is going to be able to grind down those tanks with the hit scan damage from afar. And Mikey is already in trouble, but of course, he does have that trusty translocator available to take him away.
Small hitbox as well. Facility gaining a lot of charge here. Not from actually the bullets he's hitting, but from the healing from his health pack. So charging up that visor rather quickly. Tactical visor though, more often than not eaten by a diva if she can actually get in the way, but if not, your team is going to fall, and it's going to fall pretty damn quickly. 66% on that ultimate already. They are going to move forward and try and actually collapse on Christopher here, although he was able to leap out to safety rather quickly.
He lays down the Bardic Field, so everyone within that will receive 40 healing per second. Boombox can lay down the Nano, but it's exactly where it wants to be, onto Christopher, cleaving multiple targets.
Christopher looks one way, looks the other, finds the support finally, but Sab has definitely found him. Kib unleashing that blade. There is no transcendence to be had yet for the Netherlands. Sab actually going down, only just acquiring it at the end there, was unable to do anything with it, but it does mean that they have it for the next push. So quickly though, were UK able to actually build up those ults? They've got an EMP also. That trance comes out, or even that sound barrier. Yeah, your abilities are gone.
We've got to think about how United Kingdom used distraction tactics where they put the Nano onto Christopher when they knew Kib was going to have the blade. So a lot of resources were invested into Christopher to try and shut him down. That included a boot from Crusade and a shield bash from Yona. That meant that Kib could move in, not having to worry about any of those. Mike A here is ready to lay down the EMP at a moment's notice, but it'll actually delete Saab so quickly.
They know where he is. They kind of know. Saab is going to go instantly down. Christopher actually just Goomba stomps him straight into the floor. Translocate him backwards. Facility actually using that tactical visor there to go on the retreat. Bit of an odd situation to use it in. You know, you're getting dove on. However, with Crusade falling here, they have to go for the full reset. Man, they knew he was there too. You could see the Tesla coil coming out from the Winston. Like, he's around here somewhere. We just bumped into him.
United Kingdom have such leverage over these long sightlines. It does mean that the Netherlands rarely are able to go in and touch Boombox. He's been relatively untouched this entire time, which means he can just heal with impunity. And that means he's got himself yet another Nano boost. It's probably going to go on to Christopher.
Here we go. This is the moment we wanted to see. Yona activating that rally on top of that sound barrier. You got way too much health you can chew with. Christopher had something to chew on, and that was Facility's bullets. They're going to send a self-destruct straight onto the point. They're going to try and get the Baby Diva before she remix, but a sound barrier to clutch it out for the UK to finish it. Kib is going to find the kill onto Sab, but the Netherlands are still on this point. They've almost got a tick. It's a fraction of a second of going over, finally getting there, and Facility planting himself with the support so he can provide that bionic field, has earned himself another tactical visor.
Indeed, decided he has. He's going to be letting it loose. Christopher's going to be the main victim of that one.
He is indeed. Easy cut there for Netherlands. Visibility instantly taking out Christopher. He did go for the big re-engage to try and stall it out. Possibly could have activated the Primal Rage, but wasn't enough damage coming out from him. And now look how forward up the Netherlands are playing. Gonna make sure that the UK cannot get high ground advantage here.
The UK were considering a recontest there because they knew that the Netherlands had layered up their support ultimates. They used both the Transcendence and the Soundbar at the same time from Sab and Crusade. So there wasn't really much to defend them should Kid be able to build up towards that Dragon Blade, which he now has. Unfortunately, Kid didn't get the Dragon Blade quite in the time frame that he wanted. Now we can wait for Boombox to build up to that Nano, which won't take long at all, especially if he's healing up these meaty targets like Smex and Christopher, who can take a little bit of extra damage to try and move along.
It's got the go button, there we go. Oh, instantly killed. Shield bash, rocket flail, straight into Korn's gun. There we go. They take him out and they waste the Nano as well. 2 big ults down for the UK. However, Netherlands is still backing up. They lost Sab fairly early on there, even though they did manage to kill off the Genji. Yona activating another rally is going to force them forward, and Christopher, once again, there's the brunt of the damage. Smex trying to buy some time here as he jumps on the payload, but that will be it for the time being. UK going to have to force a retreat for the time.
It's only becomes so painful to dive when he has that armor, and of course he can put down the Biotic Field as well. The Biotic Field does 40 HPS, and Christopher only does 60 DPS with a Testicle, so he's taking 20 damage a second. That means you can out-sustain the dive for a much longer time. United Kingdom needs to be a little bit more crisp with their targeting and precision, but they are going to be instead moving into something a bit more barbaric.
They're going to go straight in. There's another tactical visor. They have to run straight into the narrow end of Facility's rifle. They still managed to cap though. 3 minutes now on the clock. The UK just weren't able to actually touch it. Too many bodies in the way. They still choose to take the fight, however, build up a few ultimates, plus they can't really run away at this situation. Netherlands will just run them down for it. Mikey A taking 2 lives, and in fact, this might just go the UK's way. This will be Netherlands having the spawn advantage, however. You can see Facility trying to run away. Does manage to get back to point in the end. Switches straight over to the Zaya, however.
They want to go 3-3 versus 3-3. This does mean that United Kingdom do have the opportunity to escape. Boombox has already earned himself that Coalescence. He's only been on the hero for about 30 seconds now, but he's ready to go. You can see him he's on the left-hand side here, as you can see from that orb moving through. Now he's moved back over to his team, ready to support them with that Coalescence should it be required, and here it comes.
There you go. There's the
straight away, delete it.
Christopher, where'd he go? He's got turned into mush. Yonia's going to secure the kill. Bruton's going to move forward with that Transcendence at his back and unleash the self-destruct if he really wants to. But now Smex caught in the back line yet again. He's going to fall also. It looks like he wanted to go for a solo dive there, maybe onto Sab. Didn't work out too well for him. Yona was making sure his supports are more than safe.
Silver lining for Team United Kingdom, Kib does have that Graviton ready to go, but Smex cannot combine with it. Christopher will be able to swing in, build up that Earth Shadow to try and follow up after, and he's going to have to probably follow up with that because there's no burst available. Crusade has the Sound Barrier available to shield everyone once they are brought together.
One rally signals another. Korn moving forward, and that'll be an early Sound Barrier from Netherlands to make sure they just close in this gap on this narrow choke. Korn at 90% though. Christopher is nearing that percent as well. They've got to be careful. This is one team fight win here. 40 seconds remaining in the UK time bank. That's not ideal. Straight on top of the car. Actually, no one from Netherlands has actually caught in that one. So right now, ult advantage for them. Facility does have Graviton Surge mixed with Korn's Shatter as well if they don't choose to lay it down. However, Facility will press that button burst straight into the Shatter, straight into the bomb. Bruton takes 3 lives. Mikey A still fighting on the point, and Kib still alive too. Transcendence to keep everybody alive. Sab's channeling the power of the headband. They managed to secure the point. Round 2 completed, and the UK will go on another attack.
Christopher, they're not expecting the Earth Shadow to come from behind. He moved his shield to block the self-destruct a little bit too early. He was forced to make a choice, neither of which would have worked for him. He points for shield towards the self-destruct. He gets Earth Shadow from behind. He points for shield towards the Earth Shadow. They all died to the self-destruct. That was a perfect combination of 3 ultimates there from the Netherlands. And often you think you'd probably need less than that to win a fight when it comes to ult economy, but when you're in a position where you can win the entire map by just investing more, and you can invest 3 ultimates in such an effective manner, that's worth it every time, Jules.
UK round number 2. They did have sub 1 minute, so it does get rounded up. So 40 seconds turns into 1 minute. And the Netherlands now will come in with 1 minute and 40 seconds for themselves. So UK, what are they going to do in the attack? That's the big question. Looks like Netherlands are going to go for the same thing as they did before. It will be quad tank on the defense.
I see United Kingdom try and have a bit of a Sombra scout here instead of what happened before, where they got caught out there to move back to try and change up their heroes. They do have time to do a little bit of Sombra scouting, make sure their first pushes are incredibly effective. They need that to happen because they've only got 1 minute to play with here, Jaws. Maybe they could just try and run their way past the Netherlands defense and force the Netherlands to try and run into them while they're on the point, but that would mean leaving Boombox alone in the back. So I want to see like a different approach here where they're not moving through the main gate.
Double hit scan for UK. They've got Kib on that Widowmaker, Mikey A on that McCree. There you go. Instantly see the quad tank. Absolutely not. We're just going to go back, change up to 3-3.
Boombox is going to throw out some pot shots. They're already 22% towards that ultimate. And here, like we said before, when it comes to having a Zenyatta in your 3-3 combination, striking quickly is where you will have your bread buttered. You cannot out-sustain the Moira healing. You've got to go in fast. You've got to take out a single target as the Discord orb on it, and you cannot stay in the fight for long.
How fast he's charging out that Transcendence. A little jealous, not going to lie. Already 50% on that Trans. They're going to be able to get a nice little position here. Boombox is going to be almost impossible to dive in this situation as well. He's got a mega health pack behind him if he wants to retreat. However, everybody going really low. Like you said, these sustained fights will more often than not be won out by the Netherlands as Sab provides a lot more healing. Mikey and Korn already going down. Christopher has shield advantage in that sense, is able to move forward. And now, 2 seconds remain. They are on the point. They're going to be able to trigger overtime.
The critical kill there was onto Korn. It didn't mean the Boombox could hit orb after orb, bring out that DPS we talked about. And now he has the Transcendence ready to go. Cruz has also been hitting Soundwave after Soundwave. They've waited for Korn to return. They're going to open up with the Coalescence.
Korn looking like he wants to get a shadow down round the corner. Doesn't hit anybody because the shield was already up. The Coalescence will come through and a Transcendence to keep them alive, but Boombox has got his one as well. Now Sound Barrier will be there to protect them. Christopher still falling low because he jumped into the grab. Another hammer hits the floor, but no, not today. And a grab finally coming out from Kib is going to lock people in place, and Smex with the beautiful self-destruct. Annihilates 2, Kib following up with another couple themselves. A very swift team kill for the UK. They managed to cap the point. In Netherlands now, they only need one fight to actually stop them and halt their progress.
As you said, we are now having an overtime push. Jaws. Absolute perfection is demanded from United Kingdom if they want to progress any further. And Netherlands can just continue running into this. They don't even need to win a team fight. They just need to move everyone off the cart. And they've got huge displacement abilities with the Graviton, with the Diva knockbacks, with Crusade's boot or Yona with the whip shot. They can quickly take these backline players away from the payload should they be left on it alone.
Boombox, look at his ult charge, man. Every single time I look at him, it's above 80%. Almost has another chance online. Vizinti on 40, 50% now. Kib just meeting him and matching him in that regard. But Boombox, if he's able to actually get this one over without dying, they could just win this team fight here. Kib killing Korn's going to be a good start, and Jonah as well is also going to be good for them. Net positive for the UK right now as Christopher ends up going down. However, Vizinti does throw out that grab. Boombox was ready with the Transcendence, however, and Vizinti just gets destroyed, melted in front of Kib. Boombox takes his like-for-like out, and Kib still has that Graviton Surge for the next fight.
This is not good for the Netherlands. They are going to have to deal with that Graviton Surge, like you said before. They don't have a sound barrier to mitigate the burst damage Specs could proffer with the self-destruct. They will have the Transcendence. Saab could potentially use this to shield his teammates from the blast wave, as could Vitality with projected barriers or Korn with his own. But it's going to be down to Christopher to try and remove Korn from the mix.
Cheeky. Kib off the sidelines does reveal himself. Bruce knows exactly where to right-click. Hopefully he can eat it. The Netherlands, that is exactly what they're hoping for. Pins it to the cart. Transcendence used fairly early from Sab. Smex goes in with the bomb and kills Crusade. Sab's going to go down as well. As soon as he got out of the trance, Christopher's waiting for him there and shoves him into a wall. Korn's going to only demeg one, but it was too little too late. The United Kingdom are going to find this second cap.
Smex is now also so close to his spawn that he can afford to run in and go ahead and change. Instead, he's actually going to take the D-Ver, or rather take the death. He's going to be able to respawn with that mech. We're going to see how much ult charge he has if he used it in the last point. No, well, actually be 14%. I forgot they updated that. Thank you, Blizzard, for a bit of observing. And now Christopher has that ready to go. The Earth Shadow, he can lay it down at a moment's notice. He can be incredibly aggressive against Korn.
There's the Shadow, manages to connect with 3 people. Can they actually get to the beautiful charge by Korn? Stops Mikey A from advancing. That's perfect for the Netherlands. Now they are 1 man up. Now they are 2 men. No shields available now for the United Kingdom. Netherlands are going to take 2 members down, but Boombox is there with the Transcendence. Sound Barrier also comes through, but it's not going to be enough. That'll be Vizinti sending out that Graviton Surge mixed with the bomb. Overtime ticks through. The UK are halted. They do secure 2 points, but it's now Netherlands. It's their opportunity to attack with 1 minute and 40 seconds remaining.
Everybody clapped. We are ready to go with the Netherlands trying to tie up this series. They're going to have to go rather far, though. Jaws needs to take the first point Need to take the second point. Need to take a couple of meters on the third as well, but we do know this is a Netherlands speciality going on to Blizzard World. We've got to see if they're going to be coming up with that 3-3 again. We do see on Yona's screen here, once again, it is a Brigitte, quite predictably so. Got to wonder how well United Kingdom are reading these particular compositions which are coming out of the Netherlands.
That's tier 1 scout in there. Couldn't actually see that. Yeah, you're right. Here's the Brigade.
I have fantastic eyesight, Jaws.
I do not. I'm actually almost blind in one eye. Yeah. Unlucky.
That's
I can still play the
unfortunate.
game pretty well.
You can't see me while we cast.
That's
how will
actually
you
true.
survive?
More than true. I am okay at the game. Maybe if I had 2 eyes working correctly, I'd be even better. Who knows? Who knows?
That'd be a 5K caster right there.
Almost. We're close. Not really. I'm about 1,000.
Evermore 2.
United Kingdom on the defense first up. Oh, second and third up. Fourth up even. Fourth round. Don't forget your numbers. Netherlands are obviously on the offense. They are going for this 3-3 boombox, not on the Zenyatta. It's actually going to go on to that Moira instead. So sustained healing for that.
United Kingdom having a little bit of a joyride on the Eagle or the Griffin, I forget which one it is. And they are, in fact, going to be stealing the Netherlands strategy, potentially, going for an early engagement here. There is some scouting coming out from Smex. Jonah's going to opt not to get the hack here onto the Diva instead. United Kingdom are going to be hiding away. They want to try and get a rather surprising ambush onto the Netherlands, but Netherlands aren't having any of it. They're just going to hold back for now. They know they've got time to play with.
They've also spotted out the fact that Boombox isn't on the Zenyatta. It's actually on the Moira, so Sab switching over to that one himself. They're going to be able to win out these tank duels with that Discord.
I'd have to see if United Kingdom can effectively change up their playstyle here. They need to be far less aggressive and instead try and out-sustain their opponents here.
I think he jumped on rather rapidly. You can imagine United Kingdom want to just charge on them right now. Korn going very low. Christopher with the perfect corralling of Korn straight into that mega health pack. They haven't got a shield to stand behind now unless you want to all line up behind Jonas, but that's probably not going to happen. Bruisen is going extremely low and Sab's in the front line. He just gets immediately turned to paste, and that'll be the rest of them just resetting. They haven't got much time left, remember, 40 seconds now of their time bank. That's 1 minute already depleted.
That was hardly successful for the Netherlands as well. Only Saab really managed to get any of the ult charge that was required off of that push. He's got about 58% at the moment. We'll have a little bit of armor, but of course that's some repair pack, so it will fade away. Yona, far away from that rally, won't be able to protect Saab and Facility in good time. Instead, United Kingdom, they're looking far more healthy in terms of ultimates.
The UK take them right here. It will be match point for them in the series as well. Yona is off to the side. He's got to wait for Christopher to lay down that shield. He has to stun him up. They want Korn to survive this initial engagement. But the UK have to win out on the sustain. They almost have that coalescence. Yona's already down. Specs is going to find the kill and move forward. A Transcendence comes through from Saab. He built so much ult charge earlier on that's perfect for them. But a Graviton Surge is going to lock the rest of the Netherlands up. Half and half on each side of the wall. They don't know which way to look. Crusade's going to fall also. Boombox is going to find the kill with the coalescence, and a beautiful shatter coming through from Christopher is going to net himself a kill. The Netherlands go down. The United Kingdom are going to go match point in the series.
They stand proud and tall. It was far more difficult than they may have liked. One amongst many there, and the United Kingdom staff seem very happy with what their team have achieved here as they sit, as you said, on match point here at our half-time. As everyone needs to collect their thoughts, Jaws, figure out what's going to happen as we move forward onto, well, whatever assault map is chosen by the Netherlands. And I'm thinking they probably aren't going to go to Anubis given what happened to them earlier against Italy.
Well, we'll have to wait and find out. Now, map choice is coming up very soon, but Christopher looking more than happy with himself, as you can imagine, after that win. It was down to the Rhine duels after all in that game. I mean, we are looking at a situation where Korn and Christopher, in fact, both of them are dying first up in these engagements. Normally, the Rhine obviously is the first person to go down, but it is all on your Brigitte to kind of help and aid your Rhine in these shield duels. Yes, it comes down to the Zaya bubbles, but we are seeing Yona being a little bit more passive, where we are seeing Mikey A just running in head first, straight at the Rhine, no fear, no worries.
And we do have these differences in the styles, which I keep coming back to, because it's so crucial when we look at the 3-3 duels. When you look at the Moira, you look at the Zenyatta, you get so much more shield damage out of a Zenyatta as well. That means that Korn's shield is falling more quickly. He has to rotate it more to try and make sure that it's never taken down to 0 health, because then he can't use it for a couple of seconds. That's free shattering time for Christopher. But when he has that shield down, that's when he can have the Discord or Brie applied to him. It can get cleansed every few seconds by a projected barrier of the Zaya, but the time when it's up, that's when Korn's in real danger.
Oh, we'll have to see if the reverse sweep is real for the Netherlands. We're going to jump to a quick break, guys. We'll be right back.